We are Geelong, the greatest team of all. Ho, ho. You don't know how good it is to be an Australian and a Cat supporter right now. We're into another grand final. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Daily High with your host, Matt McGregor and the Tone Bays. Good morning, Tone. How are you, mate?
Morning. I'm good. Here's what I know about Australian sports. When I was, I think, oh, wait, that might have been South Africa. My bad. It wasn't Australia. Never mind. The story won't make sense.
No, nothing you're going to say makes sense because the Cats are the winningest team of the last 20 years. We're in the grand final. I'm so excited. The grand final is like the Super Bowl, man. And you know, growing up as a kid, my team was so bad, but we had the best players, but we just never got there. And the last 20 years, we've won like 80% of the games. We've won 4 premierships since in the last 20 years, and we're going into the finals again. Can't wait. Go Geelong. The Australians will be going mad in the comment section. All right. Happy Friday, everybody. For the rest of the world who doesn't care about Australian domestic football, let's go into the charts. Tony, you look really nice today. What are you doing different? It's just nice sunshine. You look fucking
Yeah,
fit.
I'm out in. I am out in Las Vegas. I'll be jumping into that pool soon because it's getting hot, and I got a 10-mile hike later up in the mountains once the sun goes down.
Tone sent me, I've had a bit to drink, right? But Tone sent me some videos of him working out recently. Tone is in sensational shape. I don't know if you guys, the fans of this show, understand how good shape Tone and I are in. I mean, I'm an alcoholic, and probably he is too. But Tone is in sensational shape. So let's get in the charts.
But I wasn't 3 months ago. 3 months ago. I haven't worked out in like 4 or 5 years. I just started 3 months ago. I'm gonna be doing videos. I want to get in a little better shape before I show it off.
Yeah, you'd be shocked how good shape Tone is in. When you don't have children and you don't have a wife, you can get in shape in 4 months. There's no issue about it. Weekly time frame to end of the week on a Friday show. Look, this week has been interesting. We opened the week above the 7 simple moving average. We came back down, retested to the point of the 7 simple moving average, which is fantastic. We had a chance to get bigger, but I spoke about this on Wednesday. I'm still not convinced that we're done with the pullback because this is kind of where you want to be. It's just right in that zone, right? We're back in the middle of that range, the spot where we broke down previously. The wave has turned red on alpha numerics, as you can see right here. I know that everyone's getting really excited. It's just not there for me yet. It's just not there. And I'm going to go to the daily time frame to kind of illustrate that point. Look, we've had a terrific rally of a sensational MRI buy. It's run its course until it hasn't for me. So I'm kind of in that camp where like this could fade real quick and bring it back down lower or just like meander sideways for some time. Unless we kick on. And the thing is, like, if we get back, if we can rebuild back above 117, yeah, I think that I'd be pretty satisfied to go long at this point. But as it stands right now, I do see a bit of a rounding. I see this is a bit of a drop, a dead cat bounce, and a rounding to further downside. I'm happy to be wrong. I'm the happiest person in the world to be wrong. But I just don't see it yet. I'm not there. I'm not there, Tone. We'll talk. I can't wait to see your standing on it. The 4 hour is really showing what I'm talking about at an accelerated level. We had that low that Tone pointed out on the daily time frame, and so far it's been fantastic. We got above all those moving averages. We use those moving averages as support all the way across. But look at this. Okay, this is the perfect example of alpha numerics. All right. We had the collapse in price from the top. Just look at it from here. Support. We went through to the other side. Support. In rejection, sorry. Rejection. Just look at the way that it's affected by the moving averages. We're on the top side of the moving averages. We're on the bottom side of the moving averages. We're on the top side of the moving averages, and we're supporting it. But now it kind of has that feel of me that this is rolling over and we'll start to use it to the downside further. Doesn't mean everything's lost. I'm not calling for way lower prices. I'm just not convinced that we're going to sail through to 147,000 immediately. I think it needs more time. And I don't know if that's a sideways consolidation or further downside. I'm not sure, but it's not enough for me to get super excited and super long. However, if you're interested in trading this, there's a great exchange we have, Blowfin. Use the links in the description below. It's a non KYC exchange for those American viewers or someone who's in a jurisdiction that really needs non KYC. Other than that, we have, of course, BitGet, which I think is the best exchange out there if you don't mind KYC. Tone Vase! Please like, subscribe, share it with your friends. And Tone, what do you see, mate? Am I way off base?
No, we are pretty much in line. No reason to look at the monthly chart, really. The monthly chart is still looking great. We're at 116. As long as we close at 116, we got a new monthly closing high. So that's good. The weekly is still okay. Yes, it's a doji candle, but it's not the doji candle that scares me, because the doji candles that scare me are doji candles that happen after, multiple green candles. And that's not the case here. If we have, like maybe 5 more of these green candles, and then we get one of these dojis somewhere up here in the 130s, that the doji candle would be concerning. So the weekly chart is not concerning either. And as I said in the last couple of shows, I would love for this week to be a consolidated week, and then next week breaking out above current week. However, this morning is not really ideal. We also got this green star candle on the daily, and I would love to see follow through into a daily MRI top. And a candle like this kind of derails all of it, because as you guys know, my view is the weekends never bring anything that good. Uh, the weekends are usually a time for consolidation and a little bit of a pullback. It's very, very rare that Bitcoin goes up on the weekends. Now, when Bitcoin goes up on the weekends, it tends to go up a lot. But those weekends are few and far between. And I just don't see how this weekend is going to be an exception to somehow rallying Bitcoin hugely to the upside. So this likely means that if we close in the 116 area or slightly below, we're going to break the MRI daily count over the weekend, which is not a big deal if we once again get a new green star candle sometime early next week and set off on a new journey to a daily MRI top. And we still have plenty of time because the weekly MRI is just getting started. So we can still have multiple daily MRI tops. My target for the end of year remains at 142,000. And let's see how it is. It's just a little disappointing to see it this morning. We had this momentum, and now we lost all of this momentum, and now we are back to exactly where we were on September 11, and we're already on going into September 20. So it's like 10 days of just nothing, but the 20 period moving average is starting to creep up, and it's about to get above the 50 period moving average, creating the consensus situation of all the moving averages rising, with the price being above all of them, creating another notch into the bullish camp. And I'm sure Matt wants us to consolidate as long as possible so that we are crossing into the green wave somewhere around 120 and not around 125, or at the moment it's 123.
That's right, mate. But that's a selfish point of view. But that is how I feel. Yes, that's exactly right.
The hourly chart has been beautiful with MRIs for a while now. However, we did not rebound at 7 in the morning this morning, New York time. With an MRI buy, we continue to go down lower a little bit. This is probably that 10 a.m. reversal area. It looks like more like 11 a.m. reversal area. And we are holding the 200 period moving average on the hourly chart. I'm going to delete this little trend line here. And the last time we went into the zone, we rebounded very, very nicely. So let's see if we can do it again. We can rebound again off of this 200 period moving average. I think it's almost time for me to delete some of these boxes. I don't know. We can still come back down. I'm gonna leave this green one. Man, it's like pulling teeth. I really want to see us break out above that 125. I want to see that final push to 140. And I don't know. Some people have very lofty expectations for year end. I've heard like 170, 200 by year end. I'm very skeptical on that. The ETFs continue to buy Bitcoin, but they're not buying that much. We have a bunch of these Bitcoin holding companies popping up left and right. Very strange that BlackRock didn't buy any ETFs in any Bitcoin yesterday. A little surprising. Still another positive day. It's been a good month for Bitcoin purchases. Eventually, there's going to be a shortage of Bitcoin, considering the fact that lots of idiots have converted their Bitcoin into Ethereum. So they're going to be converting back sooner or later. Quick note on my travel schedule. I will be at an event at Observer Ranch in Colorado. It's not a Bitcoin event. It's more of a geology astronomy event. Check that out. If you are in Colorado, I will be there. Then I'm going to do some scuba diving in Mexico, followed by BitFit Games, also in Mexico. I still need to get my schedule going for October and November and January. I'll mostly be in Roatan and Mexico. Those would be the areas. Do I think we're going to start a bear market? No, I think the bull market is going to run into next year, but it really depends how this year finishes. Okay, let's look through charts real quick. Nothing interesting there. Gold, nothing interesting's been happening. We are on an MRI top, so I think gold has short-term top. I talked about gold and silver in the recent shows. I'm not going to dive deep into those. S&P 500 is probably pulling back, which likely explains the Bitcoin situation. Let me see the S&P charts. Here's a 10-minute chart on the S&P. Oh, look at that. S&P is reversing, going into all-time high. That sounds promising for Bitcoin. We could get back to that 118 area if the S&P continues to rally nicely. Let's go to the daily chart of the S&P. We are basically at an all-time high on the S&P, and we got a few more weeks of upside here on the S&P until we reach MRI top. Great. And that is it for me. Anything in the live chat I should pay attention to? Yes, we need to get Mark Wood on the show. Sorry, guys. I've been traveling.
I've been bringing up the chat as it's gone. There's nothing too specific here. I think everyone's just casual Friday today.
Once again, we have someone in the live chat that's expecting a 20% market crash. Yes, you'll be right once a decade, and congratulations when you are right once a decade. Like a Peter Schiff, like every single gloom and doomer, I have been bullish on the stock market for 15 years, and probably since around 2010, I've been bullish on the stock market. 15 years I've been bullish on the stock market. And the only time I say I was wrong was during COVID, which was an artificial crash of the market. So
you were the Peter Schiff, the inverse Peter Schiff of silver, because silver is doing okay, and one day it'll crash and you'll be right. You are the inverse Peter Schiff of silver. What do you think?
No, we'll see. We'll see if I'm wrong on silver. Remember, on silver, I always said we can go to $50, but that's the top of silver.
Right.
And meanwhile, gold keeps making new all-time highs. So, the stock market can crash, and then in 3 months later, it'll be at new all-time highs. So good luck shorting that disaster. The Genius and Clarity Act, I have no idea what that is. Have not followed up. Don't you think institutional money will make sure that Bitcoin never goes back under 100,000 and the bear market will be very quick? No, not at all. Institutional money has no problem selling you at the top and facilitating the way down so they can buy cheaper. I mean, they take every advantage they can, just like you. Give an estimate of when we see $10,000 S&P 500, 10,000 point S&P 500. Probably next year. I can see it happening next year. If not next year, then the year after. 10,000 S&P by end of next year is possible. By end of 2027 is more realistic.
Yeah, and with inflation, it's not as impressive as it sounds every year that goes past, I think.
Yeah. Any other questions? People want me to look at the VIX. I'm sure the VIX is not that interesting. GSAT, is that a stock? I hope that's a stock. Let's glance at it and then we call it a day. I know it's getting late. Oh, the Baidu, man. I talked about this yesterday. Look at this move, man.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Hey. Oh shit! I just forgot what it was. Yeah. Keep talking. Yes. What did Trump say that the government bought? Intel or something like that. Look. Fuck. What was it?
Yeah, a bunch of people send me some Intel stuff. I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
I love how people are posting these crazy charts like stock buybacks are like companies buying back their own stock at a level not seen in like 10 years. I'm like, yeah, what's the difference? If the stock market was going up the other 9 years, this wasn't happening, right? And this year it's happening. And if companies are buying back their stock at the biggest rate, that means they have nothing better to do with their money. And when companies buy back their stock market rises. There is what again? What is bearish about this, right? If I have nothing better to do with my money, I'm gonna invest in me. That is literally what companies are doing when they buy back their own stock, or they invest in research and development. But if Trump is gonna put all these tariffs on, maybe it's not a good time to invest in research and development. So they're buying back their own stock. They need to do something with that money. I would rather them buy Bitcoin with it, but hey, them buying back their stock and increasing the value of the stock market, what's the problem? I don't understand why people are freaking out over stock buybacks. I didn't understand it 10 years ago when it reached a new all-time high, and I don't understand it now when it reached a new all-time high.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather a company buy their own stock than insiders sell their own company stock. That's for sure.
Right. Or buy, the Ripple ETF or whatever they launched.
Tone doesn't like being pessimistic.
Yeah.
That's the fucking opposite, Dr. David. Tone's the biggest pessimistic fucking dude you've ever met.
All right, guys.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, we're gonna call it a day. Fitness. I'd love to take a look at all those stocks. I took a look at Tesla yesterday. Can you post that message like on Monday or Tuesday, and we'll glance at those stocks as well. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. And today is also Friday, so it's not interesting to look at the stocks on a Friday. Thank you all for watching, guys. Matt, close us out. Let me get off screen share.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in this week. Hey, if you've never seen Australian football before, in 2 weeks' time, there is the Super Bowl of Australian football. It's like the greatest sport you've ever seen. You can't believe how good this game is. You do yourself a favor and watch this game. My team's playing, but you'll be shocked how good this game is. You'll never watch American football again. Hey, and I'm fighting in Singapore on the 1st of October. Man, it's going to be a massive fight. And I just want to answer one personal question here. Somebody said, hey, Matt, how's Japan in the comment section? What's it like to retire in? Fantastic. Japan's the best. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. I hope Bitcoin rallies. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't know yet. We don't know.
Yeah, no, Japan is definitely great, and I'm hanging out here in Arizona with an old friend, Ken Bozak, who will also be fighting on your card somewhere.
No,
in
Singapore.
Yeah, in Singapore, yeah. So he's training. He's lost 60 pounds since April training for the fight. We're doing a 10-mile hike later today.
Tell him to reach out to me if he's fighting in Singapore. That's great. We're on the same card. Amazing.
Yeah, well, I'll connect you guys.
Oh, fantastic. All right. Have a wonderful weekend.
Later, guys.
I put on like 30 kilos. I can't wear this anymore. Go, get up.